Get it underway. Obviously, we have Caleb McConnell here as well.
Much respect for Seton Hall and how they played tonight. They're a really good basketball team. I thought we didn't get off to a good start. You need to in a game like this, and too many turnovers in the first half and second shots really hurt us. Thought we had a little momentum there in the second half. I thought we played Rutgers basketball for about 8 minutes there, but just not enough. And it's a good basketball team, and the crowd was, tremendous. We got to continue. We got to get better, and we got a tough schedule coming up. So we have to play better than that on the road against a really good team like Seton Hall.
Steve, what was it like to have this game back? You pushed hard for this game to return. What do you think it means to everybody?
Well, as you can see, the environment was unbelievable. I think it's obviously a great game for New Jersey. I don't care who the coach is. I've said this many times. We should always play this game. I'm thankful Kevin played it. I wish we played better.
So you guys were able to get it within 6 a few times there in the second half. Why were you not able to?
Just never seemed to get that stop. There was that long possession there where the ball got getting tipped out of bounds. But we just didn't play well. And you got to play well. When you're on the road against a good basketball team, and they had. Bryce Aiken, tip of the hat, he came in, and he made some huge plays, down the stretch. I really thought, though, offensive rebounding by them, our first shot defense was good enough, but those second shots and those, turnovers, we talked a lot about our players, about how handsy they are, and we just didn't do a great job of taking care of the basketball, especially in the first half, which would have, got us off to a better start.
The 14-0 run to end the first half, in hindsight, you mentioned coming with a 6 but not being able to overcome that. How killer was that to kind of swing the momentum in your direction?
Yeah, I mean, it's a game of momentum, and I thought we kind of played through it, not good basketball, but then we had a swing in the second half, and then they came right back, when it was a 6-point game, and they got the momentum back. So it was a game like that. I thought we could kind of, hang around, we kind of did that. Got ourselves back into this basketball game, but like I tell our guys all the time, when it's win time, like when it's 6 points, and we did that the other day against Purdue, we were down 8-10, we were able to figure out a way to get enough points and get enough stops. We didn't do this today. When you're on the road too, in this kind of environment, you got to execute, you got to make those plays down the stretch, and again, became turnovers and offensive rebounds. And our numbers should have been. We like to get 16, 17 offensive rebounds, and they got that tonight against us.
Coach, after that big Seton Hall run, you did score the last 4 points in the first half, and you got the Bulls start the second. Did you think you broke their momentum, or what did you tell your team at halftime?
Well, at halftime, and I tell these guys this all the time, I didn't feel like we played Rutgers basketball in the first half. It was a 10-point game, so we had the basketball to come out of the half with. So I felt good if we could play 20 minutes the way we play, and the ball moves side to side. We're getting a lot of guys touches. I thought Caleb did a great job. I mean, Roden's really a problem to guard. He takes some difficult shots and makes them. I thought he made a few daggers today too. But at halftime, I told our guys if we strap it up here for 20, it's going to get interesting, and we kind of got ourselves back in it. To 6, but we can never get over the hill. And sometimes you exert so much energy when you're down like that, it's hard to get over the hill.
Caleb, what were the last 72 hours like for you and the players, coming off that great win over Purdue, and then getting back up to this really intense rivalry game in this environment?
It's been a long week itself, especially with that great win we had on Thursday. But coming into this game, we had a game plan, and I just feel like we just didn't execute the game plan coming in here. And I just feel like we had to be better tonight. But it's been a long week, and we got a great win on Thursday, and we just didn't execute tonight. And I feel like we just have to get better.
What did you think of the Seton Hall team? What did they do to sort of stop those runs when you guys were getting close?
We just got to be better, man. We didn't come here and play Rutgers basketball at all tonight. Maybe just like Coach Pikell said, maybe for 5 or so minutes we did, but I just feel like they did a better job on both ends tonight. So tip the hat to them, but I just feel like we just have to be better.
Was the Purdue game at all in your head in the second half of just because I mean it seemed like it followed you were on a deep hole against them and fought your way back?
No, not at all, man. Of course, we were down in Purdue, and we were down in other games, plenty of other games. So of course that takes account to it. But really, we just kept trying to fight in this game, and that's all we kept saying was just fight, and we cut it down to 6 a couple times, but we just couldn't follow through. We couldn't get nothing going. So took that to them again. So we just got to be better again.
Steve, what did you think of their point guard play, specific, Aiken and Richmond, and their ability to penetrate?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Richmond got them off to a good start in the first half, and then Aiken kind of finished a heck of a close, down the stretch. They played well, and obviously a few guys played well. And when Aiken gets 22 points on 12 shots, obviously, he had a heck of a night. But they got a lot of answers. They got a lot of guys that can score. So they're a difficult team, in a lot of ways. They can all shoot. They can all handle the ball. It's a good basketball team. Kevin's a good coach. We have to play. We have to play better, and that's on me. That's on me. And we got a little break now. We've had the flu this week. Oscar, a lot of guys been exams and the flu. We got a little time here to regroup and get better. I like this team a lot. I continue to say that. We're capable of beating anybody, but you got to play better on the road. You just have to, and you have to play from opening tip, to the final buzzer.
This was a brutal 4-game stretch, right? Clemson, Illinois, Purdue, Seton Hall. What do you take from these 4 games? You split them?
I mean, we could beat anybody and we could lose, to anybody. That's what I take. Some really good signs. We have to be more consistent. We've shown signs of being great offensively, some signs of being great defensively. Got to put it together now and do it on both ends of the floor. We play as great a schedule. Our league is, challenging as can be. But we have a little time now to regroup, get a little bit better. Gio hadn't practiced in 20 days. So for him to come back today, he obviously is a piece of this thing that is an important piece. And, to have him back today was good. Bodes well for us moving down the road.
Couple more, guys. Yeah, Caleb, what was it like matching up with Rhodey? He's obviously a tough player, and you did a good job on him.
He's tough, man. He's a tough kid. I try to make it hard for him coming in tonight. I wish I did, especially in the first half. I just try to make it real hard for him, just staying in front of him. He makes tough shots and he takes tough shots, so he's going to make some of those shots eventually. Just like you guys seen in the second half, he just makes tough shots. So especially me being an defender, that's all I really try to do is really try to make players take tough shots, and that's what he did tonight.
Steve, can you elaborate on what you said earlier about why this is such a good game for a great game for New Jersey?
Well, I mean, I just I think the energy. I think it's a great basketball state, 2 great universities. And I think it's been awesome. I've been in this rivalry for 6 years. The games have always been very competitive. I think it's important. I think it's an important game. I've said that from the get-go, so I'm real glad that we played, even though we didn't play the way I would like to play. I think it's important that we play this basketball game. I know our guys want to play it, and thankfully Kevin wanted to play it.
Steve, do you think it's good, it helps recruiting for both schools when both teams are good and they're playing games like this, and Thursday night's game, there was a lot of recruits out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think the environment, is what's special about college basketball. Our environment against Purdue was crazy. This environment tonight, Seton Hall, people really showed up, and it was a great environment. And I said that's the difference. College basketball creates that kind of environment and rivalry. I think it's healthy for basketball. It's healthy for this area. You got 2 really good programs, and Kevin's done a great job for a long time. We were coming off of a couple trips, the year that the pandemic came, but a couple trips to the NCAA tournament too. And, I think it's great rivalry.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.